We have AKS finally showing a little bit more support for the international community. We have Nogizaka with their new music video for the newest single, and we have previews for Kyakizaka's new TV show. I'm Mr. Joshbox, and this is the AKB48 group news of the week.
Hi, it's Blue15 and you're watching AKB48G News of the Week. So yeah, enjoy!
So if you want to submit your own intro, you can go ahead and do that by tweeting at me at Mr. Joshbox and being able to submit it if you have some cool decoration around your room like we've seen in this video, or if you're in Japan or doing something AKB or Sakamichi related. If this is your first time watching this, I actually go in the order of 48, graduated, and 46. You can always see what section you're on the top right of the screen. So let's start off with AKB48 actually releasing other sister group channels on YouTube for, well, as far as I know, American viewers. So if you have been a little distant and not watching the music videos, whether not wanting to get a VPN or not going through the hassle of downloading it, you can now watch it on the YouTube channel thanks to this. So go ahead and watch those videos you've missed down below. I have a link to every sister group channel down there so you can go ahead and see. NMB, of course, has always been available, so good for them. The other groups finally caught on. Now we just have to wait for Sakamichi to actually catch on. And I mean, NGT is part of Sony, so I mean, it's not limited by Sony. It's limited by the channels, it seems like. Whoever did that for AKS needs to go to Sony for, you know, a couple days and then magically solve the problem and then go back. But something cool with this is that they actually released a series in English for us international people with Nozawa Rena. As we know, Nozawa Rena is the AKB Team 4 member who actually speaks English. And in this first video, she actually goes to Asakusa to see different tourist spots that you might see. And apparently she records and edits it herself, and all AKS does is like get the video and upload it for her. So I mean, that's pretty cool, and for her first time editing, it's actually a really impressive job. Maybe fix the warp stabilizer a little, because in some shots it's a little bit wobbly all over the place, and maybe change the thumbnail, and I think you'll be good with what you're doing so far. And I mean, if you come to America, or if I go to Japan, let's collaborate. I'm sure my viewers would love it. So that link will be down below. Next up is with Stu48 and their tour, and how Niconico is actually going to stream 4 of the concerts. They'll be in Tokushima, Kagawa, Hyogo, and Hiroshima. I actually have links down below. I'm not sure if international people are able to watch it, but the links will be down there just in case. And next up, we have another YouTube thing, which is actually a new member starting up her YouTube career. And take a wild guess of who it is. It is actually an NMB member. It seems like NMB is really with the times and actually letting international people see their channel first, letting members have their own YouTube channel. It seems like they're actually very much in the trends. But the member who's actually starting a YouTube channel is Ishizuka Akari, who is doing like a Dragon Quest, like let's play of sorts. So you can go ahead and watch it. I think right now she's playing Dragon Quest 2, and they're pretty long episodes, so if you want to go study your Japanese or just go listen to her talk and get mad at the screen, just like Let's Players do, then you can go ahead and watch that down below. I will warn you, it seems like there is some interlacing issues with the video. I don't know if like their computer that renders files that go up on YouTube is weird in the settings, because I noticed one other music video had that interlacing problem. So maybe they should check that out and see what the problem is. Next up is Iriyama Anna, who's actually in a new movie. It will be for the movie Flowers and the Beast, which is actually based on a manga, which I think I've seen the cover of somewhere else, so it might be kind of popular. So that comes out autumn 2017, and if you're interested in Iriyama Anna or the original manga, then I recommend watching it. Oh, and by the way, the character she will play is Ogami Kana. But someone else who's coming out in the movie is Kitahara Rie, who is actually in a very suspenseful movie. The movie title is San Ni. They title it as Sunny, like the sun, and San Ni, like the numbers. But in this movie, she plays as a high school girl who gets kidnapped. And it's basically just looking at her be kidnapped, and like from the trailer, it looks like how she gets her revenge at the end. It seems like it's going to be very intense. I recommend definitely watching the trailer. It's a very intense, and usually you don't see idols in this kind of material. So it's very, very cool to see something like this so different. And even in the movie, the people who actually kidnap her are called the most lovely murderers in criminal history. So that'll give you an idea of what it's going to be about. So look forward to that, February 2018. I think I am going to watch this because it looks pretty intense. And last bit of news is with Kitahara Rie actually doing something else, which is a radio show. This will be her very first radio show in Niigata, and it's actually titled NGT48 Kitaharariya no Moonlighting. So I imagine she's going to continue following NGT and kind of supporting them from the background if she is starting this and she announced a graduation already. I don't imagine this will be like a very short-lived radio show. Unless it is, then it proved me wrong. But if it extends for longer, then that'd be pretty cool seeing her behind the scenes talking about NGT while not even being in the group itself. So it could be kind of like supporting from behind the scenes and not being the main attraction. So that starts October 2nd, if you can find it online. Next up is a new photo book by the ex-member Nago Maria. Now, I've talked about her before, about how she released some really weird and kind of edgy and very different photos. So maybe with this being her second photo book, maybe things will be a little bit different and, you know, just generally different from a typical photo book that even I've critiqued. And that comes out October 26th, which actually reminds me, isn't there another ex-member who's actually going to release one in October? Oh yeah, Takajo Aki was going to release hers, but I don't even see it on Amazon. So I don't know what's the problem with that. I don't know if it's delayed or something. I haven't heard anything. So, I mean, I'm keeping my eyes peeled because I want to get it. Next up is Itana Tomomi in a drama called Fringe Man. But yes, other than the title, I don't know much about this, but I do know it will come out October 7th. So if you like Itana Tomomi, you can go ahead and check that out, as well as the photo book critique that I did of her with her newest photo book. So you can watch that if you're interested in her photo book. And last bit of graduated news is with Fukagawa Mai, and that'll actually help us transition out of that to 46. But she is starring in a new movie. So this being her first movie as the female lead, it's actually released February 17th and it'll be at the Tokyo International Film Festival. So I mean, it looks pretty interesting. It looks like she's on a bus and then she's following this guy around. And I mean, it seems like she's actually going to show her acting chops and we'll all be able to see how well she does. So I definitely recommend checking out that trailer down below. Next up, we move to 46, starting off with Nogizaka46 and their 19th single, Ituka Dekiru Kara Hyo Dekiru. So my opinions on this is visuals are nice, kind of reminds me of heavy rotation in little bits. It's kind of like that photographer who does directing sometimes. I always forget her name, but it seems like that sort of style to it when they do those kind of shots. The other shots seem kind of stereotypical Nogizaka. While the song itself is like, if you could think the most cookie cutter Nogizaka song and like the template of every other song, then this would be it. Very airy and very like the hits are where it needs to be. So nothing too impressive for the song itself. I mean, coming from Influencer and even Nigamizu, this song is really not that great. So if you're interested in watching the music video, you can actually watch it. Oh wait, it isn't on there because AKS is now ahead of them and showing international fans. So now, Sakamichi, you need to get on the horse and show them that you can also be cool to the international people. I mean, if NGT can do it, there's Sony. The next bit of news is preview pictures that have come out for Remind, which is Hiragana Kiyakizaka's new TV show. So looking at these two pictures, it kind of reminds me of the original Remind that Akimoto Yasushi did, which I can't find the trailer anymore. So if you guys can find the trailer, please tweet that at me so I can share with everyone else. But it sort of reminds me of that style, so it'll be a little bit more like down and a little bit more serious than some of the other shows they've done. At least I hope. It'll be pretty cool to see him like very serious and trying to act. Next up is Kyaki Kiseki, which is actually available for pre-registration. So going to the website, you can actually sign up with Line, Twitter, or email and basically get like kind of pre-registered for the app itself. And apparently they're giving away bonuses like at 50,000 people, they're giving away gacha tickets, 10,000 more gacha tickets, and 15, and it just goes on and on. Yeah, so basically they're just hyping it up and they're saying, oh hey, pre-register, kind of like a pre-order at GameStop or something, and you'll win cool stuff. Next up is with Ito Marika, who is going to release her first exhibit. Now I imagine this is going to be about fashion since her mother is a fashion designer and she also likes fashion. But the title of this is Ito Marika no Nonai Harukan Kai. I don't know what that means, but it will be at Gallery X by Parco, October 5th to 15th. So if you're curious about what this is about, then you can go ahead and check that out if you are in Japan during those times. And last bit of news is with Ikuta Erika, who was actually in a commercial for Mouse, just like Shiraishi was and just like Ikoma Rena was. And it's actually pretty cool because in this commercial, she actually speaks English as your senpai in a classroom. So you can go ahead and get a sample of what she is like speaking English, or you could watch a full thing by watching that Nogizaka episode. I think it was 2 episodes. So it's a little sample of that. Next up is the community section. I know I haven't had it in a while, but I feel like I'm not out there like proactively seeking out people. So if you guys have any recommendations for people who are cool, whether it's subtitlers, translators, people who make videos, or people who make remixes, stuff like that, anything really that has to do with 4846, you can go ahead and tweet at me with anyone cool like that. But this week I want to talk about 2 people. One is from last week and one is this week. I didn't talk about last week because I wanted 2 people. I don't know why. I just felt like it's better that way. But first up, we have Zaki Uchiha, who actually does covers on the guitar for 48 and 46 songs. I randomly came across this channel and I thought it was pretty cool. I even left a comment and then replied, and then apparently he knew me. So this is where we are now, and I basically just want to shout him out because he does cool metal versions of the songs. Like he has Fukiwaon, Eccentric, even hashtag Skinanda, which I really like, and different covers of different songs, but except like the metal version of it. So it sounds really cool and really technical with the guitar and everything. So I definitely recommend checking that out if that is your thing. And next up is someone who translates, and that's In-chan. You can actually see a link down below to a video that he actually translated that I was looking for, and then all of a sudden the next day it was there. So really couldn't have been better timing. That video was actually the one I asked on Twitter where Shiraishi was crying because some guy was saying something to her, and I was like, hey, what's going on? And then one of my Twitter followers actually helped me out and was like, oh, it's because of the compliments. And the next day, In-chan actually like subtitled it. I bet it has nothing to do with me. It was just like coincidence. But it's actually pretty cool to see that different people are subtitling like even smaller shows and everything. So you can go ahead and check that down below if you're interested in that, just like I was. So that does it for the community section, which means that this video is over. Now, there is something that is coming up, and that is that I will be on 48 Talk tomorrow. I think it's tomorrow. I think that's when the video will come out. But I will be on it, and we will talk about various subjects such as 46, because whenever I go, I end up talking about 46. And we're also going to talk a little bit about Janken. So if you're looking forward to that and see my opinion on that as well as everyone else's, you can go watch 48 Talk tomorrow if that's when it comes out. But just be on the lookout. I'll tweet out or something. So look forward to that. And those of you who watched the live stream 2 days ago, it was super fun. I invited guest Kenneth, who was on my Learning Japanese live stream that I did before. Also, Boy from Basugatsu was there. Jimmy from Swoltaku was there. And also, I had a fan come on and actually inform all of us about how it is living in Japan and how me, if I go to Japan, how it will actually be and recommendations on what to do. So that video will come out if you're interested in that, maybe next week or the week after. I have to like take the live stream and cut it up into highlights. So we'll see how that goes because the full live stream is pretty long. I think it was like 4 hours, and I'm sure most of you don't want to see 4 hours full of content. So yes, that is in the works. And I mean, that's basically all the video. If you want to subscribe, go ahead and subscribe to keep up to date with the videos every week. And you can also look forward to a future video that will come out next week. I teased it in the live stream, so those of you who were there know what it is. Go ahead and like the video and comment down below what you thought about the news this week, and any suggestions or anything that I talked about, please leave it down below. And as I say every week, I want to thank you all for watching.